get in the car and the gas light's on. I'm like, homie, you parked
How long
this
has
thing
this been?
with the gas light on? Come on now.
That's one thing I'm trying to figure out right now is according to the internet, I have a 24-gallon gas tank on my Bronco too. Exactly. Exactly. I don't know if I actually have that big of a tank.
Okay.
But my tack doesn't work.
Okay.
So I like, you know how it's been. It's been really cold mornings, so I've been out there like starting it and just letting it sit for like 10 minutes before going anywhere.
Yeah, before like idle, before the idle calms down.
Yeah. It's like,
Dude, my Focus, it was a 2017, that ST, would do that in the cold too.
Yeah.
It's still just, I think it's just, it's the dense air, right? It's more oxygen, so it's making it.
I'll tell you what car of mine never did that was my Volvo 240. I had a 240 GLX, and it was a boxy 4-door, but it was the one with all the bells and whistles on it. And in the cold, it always started.
Nice.
And it wasn't even a diesel.
Yeah. And my little Nissan truck runs better when it's like 0 degrees outside. It's been super impressive.
All right. Now, obviously, in the meantime, we've got all of our fans in. And on this case, it's a really great way to look at it because we've got 3 coming in from the back, blowing in. We've got your 1 blowing in from the bottom, and that's that angled bottom. So you get that little bit of a better flow for air. You got 3 going through the reservoir on the top, and then you got your 1 on the rear, which does create a slightly positive pressure environment. So, Paul, what does that mean when I say positive pressure?
Positive pressure means we have more air coming into the system than we do leaving. So we like to shoot for that because then the air will go through all the proper filtration that the case was designed for. If you have it set up in a negative pressure, it creates a vacuum inside your machine, and that'll cause dust and pet hair and whatever else is floating around your house to get sucked in through all the little cracks and crevices of the case.
And let's see here. Booger Slot says, I need a PC. Well, you know what? Head on over to CLXgaming.com. Yeah, definitely build yourself something that's amazing. There we go. There's the link for you, bud. Yay! All right. Now, as we're getting this all settled in, are you ready to talk about that little video card there, guy?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Now, this is interesting because it's a 2-fan version of this card. This is the GeForce RTX 4070. Now, this has got 12 gigs of onboard VRAM. But it is a little bit different than some of the others that we've seen because it's only got 2 fans. So I'm going to be very interested to see how heavy this is and also how long it is. Because if it's not that long, I don't think we will need a anti-static device. Or will we? Boom, boom, boom. Your PC freezes? Well, get it a sweater. Building a new one for my stream. What's a good budget for a first PC? That depends on, well, I mean, that's up to you what your budget is. And you can head on over to our website. Our RTS area is also really good. It doesn't take a lot to stream, but it does take a lot if you're gaming and streaming.
Spare no expense. Yeah. Jurassic Park it.
The link that I just posted above. Did you not see the link?
CLXgaming.com.
You're pointing to your monitor again, DJ.
I noticed.
Is Booger
like, it's right there. Right no. Yeah, absolutely. So one thing to keep in mind, especially when it comes to streaming and those elements, is that for streaming, it doesn't require a massive amount of power. My streaming PC is a 3600X. It's got 16 gigs of, I think, low end DDR4 RAM and some hard drives with a 1070 and my AverMedia capture card. That's really all I've got, and that is not a lot. But I'm still running everything just fine. So you can't get I can't wait to get my raw gaming PC. Hey, let's go, gaming dad. That is awesome. Renaissance man, what's going on? Welcome to the show. How much is your PC worth? Oh, I mean, I did this lower one back in 2019 for
It's priceless.
$1,000.
That's how much it's worth.
So, I mean, I would definitely, plan on future-proofing it. Cosworth mentions, I know positive pressure is pretty much the way to go, but is there a situation where negative pressure is desirable?
Not that I know of. Typically, you're always going to want to go with positive pressure. That being said, it's not the end of the world if your stuff is set up in a negative pressure environment.
McGee has a very good question. Here we go. Question about updating the BIOS. If the PC doesn't crash with a different GPU, can it even be that the BIOS is outdated?
It could be. It still could be, yes. It would be weird, but it could be. Not likely, but yes, it could be.
My question would be, is it the same series? Is it like, is it 240 series cards? Are you going between a 30 series and 40 series? What's the, because, yeah. All right, now as we're getting these in here.
I guess it's less likely then, but.
Yeah.
Still could be, but it's typically like if you're having issues with the video card and you change the video card and that fixes the issues. It's just too bad that store is telling you, nope, it's not this, go away.
Yeah. Yep, that is. Oh, one is a 4080 Super and the other is a 4090. The 4090 was the one that was broken. Ooh, yikes. So let's see. Burger Slots mentions 8 gigs of memory with an AMD Ryzen 5 1600 GPU and a Radeon RX 570 series. What can I improve for now to upgrade it?
So right now,
that's yours.
If you're struggling in games, your system is getting older. I would start with your video card. 8 gigs of memory is okay. You could go up to 16. Ryzen. Everything is getting time to upgrade, honestly. But I would start with your video card. Start with your video card, then get 16 gigs of memory, and then move on to your processor.
Yeah.
That would be the path I would take. Yep.
So 16 and
Path
video
of
card.
exile. See what I did there?
Wow.
Which one should you get? I'd start with looking at like a 4060. Something in that range. Now, if you want to wait, 50 series is coming out. I don't know when the 5060 will come out, but you can wait on that, but it's probably going to be a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, gotcha. All right. Now, we had it for a second there. There we go. That's the shot I was looking for. So, Paul, we noticed when we're looking at this that the motherboard doesn't sit completely on the back of this case, so it's kind of almost like it's a 2/3 or 4/5. How does that work? Why is that helpful when it comes to your PC building?
So that gives us some extra space back here for extra stuff. So at the beginning of the build, you probably saw Zach pull the door off. That covers up this area. We'll put that back on when we're done. But that is the door swings open and it's a mount for extra hard drives. So you can put, I believe it's 3 2.5 inch or 3 3.5 inch drives on there, which is pretty nice, or any combination of those that you want. But then it also gives us good room for cable management. So you can see where he's got the fan controller box and then other cables tied up. It just gives us a place to run our cables.
Booker mentions 4060, but do I have to upgrade other for it to run good?
For it to run at its most optimal situation, if I want to get super geeky about it, yes, but you'll notice a significant increase in performance just by doing that.
Nice. All right, we're getting these final steps in here.
Yep.
So let's talk a little bit about this card. How does this feel in your hands?
This is a pretty light card, honestly. I would say we're safe to go without an anti-sag bracket on this. Now, these NV5s do come with the anti-sag bracket pre-installed from the factory. So if this card is long enough to utilize that, we might as well use it since it's in the case. But if it's not, we'll just remove that anti-sag bracket because this will not require it.
Also, check out the ready to ship section. because that gives you a good kind of balanced idea of what, from a pre-built standpoint, and it's all built right there in the warehouse, in the production facility that we have, and just a short walk from where they are right now.
Right there.
Yep.
Right on the other side of that wall.
Love it. Okay. So, since we don't need an anti-sag bracket for this, we're just going to do a straight popping in.
Yeah, most likely. Like I was saying, if this card is long enough to use the one that's pre-installed, we'll just leave it in there because, you know, why not? But if it's not long enough, we'll take that out.
Nice. Now, weather-wise, how's things working for y'all? Because I know that it is getting cold over here, but it's never as cold here as it is for you.
Yeah, well, it's still cold here. The snow is melting a little bit. We got a lot of snow for Kansas. We got like, I think it was like around 6 inches this last weekend, which was a lot of fun to take the kids out and play around in that. But it is melting, which is good, but it's supposed to get really cold again. We got a cold front coming, and we might get more snow on Saturday, so. I kind of hope we don't. That snow collided with the end of Christmas break, so the kids' schools were closed, and
oh no,
that's too much time with the kids. They need to go to school. They're driving us crazy.
Like, get out.
Yeah.
Boogers mentions says so. An entry level will an entry level support to stream and run GTA RP? Thanks.
If you're playing at 1080 and you're wanting to run it and stream, for an entry level, it might struggle a bit. Now, if you're just wanting to play the game at 1080 and a decent frame rate, then it'll probably be all right. But there will also be a frame rate calculator, and I think GTA might be on there. I'm not sure, that you could look at to see what kind of frames you're getting at, what resolution you're wanting to play. But if I was going to suggest one for that, I would start in the mid tier. He works like a million. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Same.
Ooh.
Yeah, we don't get snow like even every year here in Kansas, so. I think we were a little bit more prepared for it this year as far as like the city goes, was clearing the streets, but it was still rough for a few days.
Okay. Once again, PNY making a very clean card. This is it looks great. It's got a good black plate on it. I'm going to pop that in there. What are some key elements to remember when you're putting in your card to make sure you do it right?
Yes, we want to make sure that our PCI slot is in the open position, whether that is a button or a little switch like that. Then we want to align our PCI with our slot and our I/O with our slot, and just safely listen for a little pop. There it was.
The click of destiny.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. All right, now we're getting that all just kind of locked down in there, which is great. Get our little plugs going on. And this is a single 4-pin, correct?
8. Single 8.
8.
Yeah.
Single 8. Got it. Okay. Jumping back over here to the green side. It says, I was looking at the AMD Ryzen 7 5700G CLX set. Going for the Ryzen 5 5500. I think I'm going to buy it. Looks great. Well, there you go. Congratulations. Yeah,
with a
absolutely.
decent video card,
Good
you're
call.
solid.
Okay, and as we're now, I think we're getting close to the final stage. Look at that. Looking great. That cable management on the back end. Looking fantastic. Now we've got this cute little door here. What does this door do?
This holds storage drives. We can fit not NVMEs. That would be sweet. You know how many NVMEs you can fit on here? Whoa, oh, that'd be crazy power.
That would.
We can fit SSDs and HDDs on this wall right here, and have them all look great, secured and tied up.
There we go. Nice. Nice. Okay. Well, as we start getting our things put together and getting these brand new panels on, which we're super excited for, I'm going to take you all on a journey. We've had some great questions about the site. Let's hop over there and let me show you about clxgaming.com. At clxgaming.com, we try to make it as easy as possible for you to get the PC of your dreams, and it's very, very simple to do so. You just head on over to our website. We've got everything. You can choose from a small size build to a large size build. You name it, we've got it. We carry Intel, Ryzen, NVIDIA, Radeon, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. Whether you want a large AIO or you want to do an open loop, we can do that. And you don't have to worry about selecting parts that aren't necessarily compatible. Notice that little green button up there just turned yellow? That's because there's not enough power in the way that it's designed, the system, to power that graphics card. So the choice that it gives is either you can choose to do a lower power consuming graphics card or get a bigger power supply. Once you've solved that problem, it goes back to green. You can't screw it up. It's fantastic. You want to overclock your GPU or your CPU or both? We can do that. We can even upgrade your thermal paste, which is awesome. And it's basically, it becomes a one-stop shopping center for all things PCs. Our accessories page is the best because we've got access. You got, first of all, the t-shirts, hoodies, the windbreakers, all fantastic right there. Plus, we have everything else: keyboards, mice, controllers, headsets, microphones. We have streaming gear like Beacon Mix Creates and Beacon mics, which is fantastic. We even have capture cards from Elgato that you can pick up, so you can actually make it all in your system all at once. Again, speakers, monitors, routers. We even have chairs. You want a chair? We got one. Actually, we have two. So with that being said, it's an awesome opportunity, but I know that may sound a little bit overwhelming, and that's why we have our RTS section, also known as Ready to Ship. Ready to Ships are pre-built and right there in the warehouse, just across from where our studios are, and there's multiple different levels. You can go from entry level all the way up to ultra performance. So that gives you an idea of what goes into it, what it costs, what it takes, and what that configuration might look like, so kind of give you a great way of determining what you might want in your system and what you might not need. So with that said, for all of your future gaming needs and PC requirements, head on over to clxgaming.com and see what we can do for you. Oh my gosh, this case is so cute.
Love it.
Oh my gosh, once again, this is our Get Excited.
Got our graphics here. I like that.
Yep, I love it. I absolutely love it. I love that the CLX is not straight up and down.
Whoops.
It's all stickers. I dig it a lot. Okay, well, I believe it is the moment of truth. Shall we try it on? Oh my gosh, that looks so good!
That does look good.
It looks amazing with this.
This is live on the
it.
website right now if you would like to order this chassis.
Absolutely. So let's go over one more what's inside this beautiful Get Excited NV5 Horus case. This obviously is a CLX Horus NV5. It's the new Get Excited design. It has an AMD Ryzen 7 9700X that is being cooled by a CLX Quench Thirst AIO in black. It's a RGB. It's attached to an ASRock X870 Riptide with 32 gigs of XPG's DDR5 5600 RAM. That RTX 4070 Plus. The operating system is going to be on a terabyte Team Group NVMe M.2 with 8 different Game-Disc AOLS M2 fans, and it's all powered by that MSI Mag 850 watt modular power supply. There we go. I like it. I love it. Now, here we go. This show is going to happen in 2 parts, which means in just a few, we're going to take a quick break. And when you come back, you're going to get to spend the afternoon with Zach, which is going to be hella fun. Okay. So with that said, this show happens every Tuesday and Thursday, starting at 11 a.m. Pacific. That is 2 Eastern on Tuesdays, we're here on the Twitch, the Kicks, and the YouTubes. On Thursdays, we're over on the TikToks. So you definitely want to check us out there. For more information on how to stay up to date on everything going on with CLX Gaming, all you got to do is follow our socials. That's YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, and it's all at CLX Gaming. You could also head over to our Discord. It's discord.gg/CLX Gaming and hang around with a whole bunch of like-minded PC enthusiasts. So, with that said, on behalf of Kyle, oh my God, those color changes, it's just incredible.
I kind of like that blue one.
Mad shout out to the designs guy. That's
Scarecrow.
fantastic.
Shout out Scarecrow in chat.
All right. Scarecrow's in the house. Yeah. So that being said, on behalf of Kyle and Jason, Paul and Zach, I'm DJ Blue PDX. Don't go away. We got more coming up in just a few. We'll be right back.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.